Serving Anderson, Roane, and Morgan counties, you're watching the Channel 12 Evening News on BBB Communications Cable Channel 12. And now your Anderson County News.
And welcome to TV 12's Local News. I'm Dudley Evans on this March 17th edition, 5 o'clock news, St. Patrick's Day. So indeed, time to celebrate, I guess, for that. Many, of course, with this coronavirus, won't get out and do much celebrating more than likely, as we're kind of restricted to gatherings right now. But it is St. Patrick's Day, and we appreciate you being with us. As we get into the news in just a moment, more on the coronavirus, we will, of course, look now first at the radar. Again, some rain showers earlier this morning from last night. Trying to kind of dissipate right now a little bit in the valley, but a little bit more shower activity still to the west. And if it all reaches the ground, may come into our area in about the next hour or so. So keep that in mind. So moving on to our outside camera viewpoint. Again, dry conditions presently. Overcast, 59 degrees, and humidity in levels about 83%. Winds are calm, barometric pressure. It's pretty high at 30.22 and dew point at 54. We'll see a slight chance of showers again before 7 tonight. Otherwise, some fog start occurring first thing in the morning. Otherwise, mostly cloudy overnight and near 50. Wednesday, look for a 30% chance of showers, mainly after 4 o'clock, with some patchy fog as well. Mostly cloudy. Tomorrow, near 71, as we're seeing these spring-like temperatures move ever so closer as we get into the first full day of spring. Wednesday night, 60% chance of showers tomorrow evening, so keep that in mind, near 61. More with the 5-day forecast and Secret City weather forecaster Brandon Bonds in just a few minutes. First up, our update now on the coronavirus. We begin today news first with a traffic alert or traffic report, as TDOT says that drivers traveling I-75 in Campbell County need to be aware of bridge repairs that have now impacted traffic over the next few weeks. TDOT says that as of Monday morning, basically, I-75 is down to one lane in each direction near mile marker 160. That's near the Tennessee-Kentucky line. The traffic pattern will be in place around the clock, so phase 1 of this bridge repair project is scheduled for completion on or before April 25th. And TDOT wants drivers to be aware that delays are likely during the project and that drivers should exercise extreme caution through that area, especially when workers are present. But again, as you go down Jellicoe Mountain, as you end the Jellicoe exit there, that's where that road work's going on, both north and southbound lanes. So keep that in mind. Also, traffic advisory in Cumberland County near just past Crab Orchard at the creek down there near the rest area. There's bridge repair going on there, one lane both directions as well. So kind of keep these in mind as if you're out and about traveling either north or to the west. Well, as of Monday, the Tennessee Health Department said that 52 cases of the COVID-19 coronavirus have been now confirmed in the state. Of those, the vast majority are in 2 counties in Middle Tennessee, which is Davidson with 25 and Williamson County with 18. The rest are spread across the state, with 2 cases reported in Shelby County and 1 each in 7 other counties. Those include Campbell, Sevier, Knox, and Jefferson here in this area, and of course 1 each reported in Hamilton, Rutherford, and Sullivan counties. For much more information on the virus and on the state's response to the public health crisis, you can visit the TDH COVID-19 website. And with information for public health care providers and labs, as well as hospital preparedness tools as well. So a lot going on with this virus. And again, 52 cases now reported across the state. Of course, the president and his leadership and staff have been keeping everyone updated, as well as also just heard from Tennessee Governor Bill Lee concerning unemployment insurance and things of this nature during this crisis. So again, we're keeping you updated. Anderson County Schools announcing as of Monday that schools will remain closed through April 3rd. Now, here's a statement from Director of Schools, Dr. Tim Parrott. He says, parents, staff, and teachers, Director of Schools Parrott says, the safety of the students and staff is our foremost priority. He says they're doing everything they can to make the best decisions possible. He says during this time we want to continue academic learning for all of our students. Although our school buildings are closed, they will continue to educate students. Now, over the next few days, you will receive information, he says, from your students' school regarding how they will continue academic learning. They do hope to support every student every day to the best of their abilities. So the students will get that information so parents can get that, again, moving forward with their learning while they're staying off during this virus. As we reported, the Clinton City School System also will open North Clinton Elementary School to all area children ages 0 through 18. That's infant to 18, to ensure they are receiving nutritious breakfasts and lunches during the ongoing school closures. It is open to any child in the community, regardless of where they attend school. And it's free for children with a slight cost for adults who wish to share the grab-and-go style meals with their kids as well. Director of Schools Kelly Johnson explained that the system was able to implement this service so quickly thanks to its participation in a federally funded program. Now, the Anderson County School System says it will have up to about 8 locations after spring break across the county where students there can pick up meals on a similar grab-and-go basis, as well as working with area churches and food pantries to make sure all students have a chance to enjoy a nutritious breakfast and or lunch. Monday, the Clinton City Schools announced that it will be implementing that continuation of instruction plan for students during the extended school closures also. And they are allowing students to check out their Chromebook to take home as an additional way to assess online learning platforms. According to the city's announcement, parents who want to check out their child's Chromebook can come to school between the hours of 8 and 2:45 on Wednesday, March 18th, tomorrow. If you work or are unable to come during that day, please call the front office of your child's school. School personnel will give you directions on what to do at that point. Now, a legal parent or guardian must be the one to check out the Chromebook, and the agreement to the policies and procedures must be signed. Please do not come if you are sick, they say, and call the front office, and they will work on an alternate plan if you need one. More specific information will be forthcoming about, again, further at-home learning activities, again, with the Clinton City School System. So keep that in mind. Good news as well, more of Oak Ridge schools now closing at the end of the day, as they did yesterday after Tennessee Governor Bill Lee asked all school districts in the state to close as soon as possible. So Oak Ridge school buildings closed, and there will be no extracurricular activities or practices. Message to parents from Superintendent Bruce Borcher says, in an effort to keep buildings virus-free, he says, they are ceasing all access to buildings effective on March 16th. This includes, he says, the cancellation of all extracurricular activities, including practices. No decisions have been made, but he says they may need to use their 10 snow or emergency days to potentially extend the school closure beyond the state mandated end date of March 31st. If it comes to this, he says that would mean that the earliest students would report back to school would be Wednesday, April 15th. This decision has not been made at this time, he says, but they are planning for this potential closure. Dr. Borchers went on to say, many, if not all of you, have had questions and are wanting to know more about our plans to offer instruction should we not come back to school after the mandated school closure. He says, please know that they are planning for the possibility of online learning opportunities for grades 5 through 12 and creating instructional packets for pre-4 to 4 as well. They will provide more details about this in a later time. Food services personnel are working on a plan also to provide meals for children under the age of 18. More information, Dr. Borcher says, will be made available as soon as possible. It's a very fluid situation, he says, and they will be communicating on a regular basis, and they appreciate your understanding and support during this time. So please stay safe, he says, and healthy during the closure of the Oak Ridge school system as well. More news after the break here on TV 12's March 17th, St. Patrick's Day edition. Stay with us.
At Satterville Music, we have Martin guitars for everyone.
I love my Elvis Presley Martin guitar. Thank you very much.
I can ride my horse and play my Cowboy Martin.
Me play Big Chief Martin.
I confiscate Martins up to $50,000.
Shazam! I only gave $499 for my Martin.
That's Satterville Music, 2836 Clinton Highway. Call 865-945-3595.
It came out of nowhere. The weatherman said it was going to be sunny. He was 99.9% sure. 99.9! And now, my life is 99.9% ruined because of that weatherman. And he is going to pay.
But honey, we still have the tent.
I am not getting married in a tent.
If you've been injured, call us and let us turn your wreck into a check.
At Earl Duff Subaru, our reputation has been built on taking care of customers. We're Tennessee's only 9-time winner of the Subaru Love Promise Customer Commitment Award. This year, we also earned the Love Promise Community Commitment Award given for enhancing the areas we serve. This means you can be sure you'll have an excellent experience when you visit our store. We're proud you're dealing with a company that gives back to local causes. Read our online reviews and come to Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
During the Subaru A Lot to Love event, choose the 2020 Outback with financing as low as 0.9% at Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
Roan Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation. Roan Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Roan Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Roan Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. A member of the TSRA and the IS. Turn that scrap into cash.
Prescription drug misuse is a prevalent and potentially fatal problem. When people do not properly monitor, store, and dispose their medications, it can create an opportunity for misuse. Count it. Make it a goal to count your pills once every 2 weeks. Like it. Secure your medications at home. Drop it. Drop off unused or expired medications for proper disposal at any police department in Anderson County. For more info, visit asapofanderson.org. Brought to you by ASAP of Anderson. Prevention works.
Welcome back. Of course, we hope to get back to more regular style news, hopefully tomorrow, as we're getting all these updates to you now. Most of you will have all this information, and probably not much of a need to repeat it each and every day, but we now know that City Manager Dr. Mark Watson with the City of Oak Ridge issuing a statement on the city services and facilities as they're being affected by the concerns over the spread of COVID-19. Among the affected facilities will be the Oak Ridge Senior Center, which is closed until further notice. As a result, on-site meal service is suspended for the time being, again at the Senior Center, but Ephrata's senior nutrition program will continue to deliver meals to homebound seniors if you need those. Also suspended is the My Ride Senior Transportation Program for now. The Oak Ridge Recreation Center and the Scarborough Community Center both remain open, but with some changes, namely free play basketball and volleyball are suspended until further notice. The game room is also closed and martial arts lessons are suspended. The indoor pool will remain open as usual, but officials there say that it is subject to change as the situation unfolds. Sadly, the annual egg hunt this year, dubbed the Expo, set for April the 4th, has been canceled, but officials left open the possibility that it could be rescheduled. So, again, many of these changes are just common right now as we see our city governments, county governments, and state governments taking drastic measures. Clinton City Manager Roger Hawk also announcing Sunday, out of concern for his visitors, actually for the visitors' health and well-being, inside the Clinton Hall, that the Clinton Community Center will remain closed until at least March 30th. All recreational activities there, including youth softball and baseball, are canceled until further notice. In a press release also posted to the city's Facebook page on Sunday, he did say the nation's effort is to slow the spread of the coronavirus. These are uncertain times, and everyone must make their best effort to help flatten the curve of the spread of this virus. He added that intentions are to reopen the center and return it to a normal schedule when Clinton City schools are back in session. Now, city staff will use the closure time to thoroughly clean all city facilities. And city officials encourage citizens to watch the city's Facebook page and website, clintontn.net, for announcements concerning this situation, which could change each and every day. And because of concerns over the spread of the coronavirus, the Anderson County Senior Center has suspended all planned events and gatherings until further notice. This includes the daily lunches, bingo, and education classes, just to name a few. Office on Aging staff members will still be on the job for other services, but Director Sherry Phillips does ask that if possible to call for services first. She encourages area seniors to come in to tune in to WYSH Radio for any updates or changes. They'll give those to you first thing in the morning. And of course our staff here at BBB TVT will post those as well. The Senior Center is located at 195 Edgewood Avenue in Clinton and can be reached by telephone at 457-2359. In a social media post on Friday, Ms. Phillips writes, We are praying for all the seniors to stay healthy and safe as well. And as a provider of essential services to the community, Powell Clinch Utility District is committed to the health and safety of the public during the outbreak of the coronavirus, and they are suspending disconnections for non-payment effective immediately. This applies to all residential and small commercial accounts. While services will not be disconnected, bills will continue to accrue. Customers can contact customer service there for information at 865-426-2822. And with any questions and to learn more about payment options and assistance. In addition, customers in need can also visit the website to learn more about energy assistance programs at powellclinch.com/energy and assistance. So good news there, I guess. And all this terrible news we're having to report all the time. Quick note, Clinton Public Library remains open, but again, they could change a lot of their services there. So keep that in mind. And in fact, if the courthouse closes, the Clinton Library would be closed as well. But again, there are some restrictions there. So when you go in, just kind of ask the staff again what can be taken out, what cannot, and of course, how to handle things as well. Back with Brandon Bonds, your weather forecast in a moment. We'll be back where you look back on history with the Associated Press will. And we'll be back with sports and funeral announcements to conclude this newscast. Stay with us.
As a child, we're taught to share. We share things like our toys, our crayons, and our phones. But there are some things that we don't share, like our toothbrush, our underwear, and our medicine. Medicine can be life-saving when taken as directed by a doctor, but it can have dangerous consequences when misused. Taking someone else's medicine could make us sick, get us in trouble, and can even lead to overdose. Let's share when it's appropriate, but always remember, we don't share medicine. Brought to you by ASAP of Anderson. Prevention works.
Hey everybody, it's Governor Bill Lee. The 2020 census is right around the corner, and we need your help to get an accurate count. The census is a once-in-a-decade process of gathering information from households across the country. It's completely confidential and critical to making sure that our hard-earned taxpayer dollars come right back into Tennessee communities. Answer 10 simple questions by April 1st, and you'll have played an important role in making sure that every Tennessean is counted.
All I could think about was the pain. I thought I was dying. One minute, I'm eating a delicious ice cream sundae. Next minute, my brain starts exploding. Couldn't even finish my ice cream. They shouldn't be allowed to make ice cream that cold. Someone has to pay.
If you've been injured, call us and let us turn your wreck into a check.
At Earl Duff Subaru, our reputation has been built on taking care of customers. We're Tennessee's only 9-time winner of the Subaru Love Promise Customer Commitment Award. This year, we also earned the Love Promise Community Commitment Award given for enhancing the areas we serve. This means you can be sure you'll have an excellent experience when you visit our store and be proud you're dealing with a company that gives back to local causes. Read our online reviews, then come to Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
During the Subaru A Lot to Love event, choose the 2020 Outback with financing as low as 0.9% at Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
At Satterville Music, we have Martin guitars for everyone.
I love my Elvis Presley Martin guitar. Thank you very much.
I can ride my horse and play my cowboy Martin.
Me play Big Chief Martin.
I confiscate Martins up to $50,000.
Shazam! I only gave $499 for my Martin.
That's Satterville Music, 2836 Clinton Highway. Call 865-945-3595. March 17th, 461 AD. St. Patrick, Ireland's patron saint, for whom St. Patrick's Day is named, dies in the Irish village of Saul. Other authorities say Patrick's death happened on this day, but more than 3 decades later, in 493 AD. 2003, President George W. Bush gives an ultimatum to Iraq's dictator Saddam Hussein and his 2 sons.
Saddam Hussein and his sons must leave Iraq within 48 hours. Their refusal to do so will result in military conflict, commenced at a time of our choosing.
Days later, the American-led invasion of Iraq begins, toppling Saddam's brutal regime from power. 1905, In New York, future President Franklin D. Roosevelt marries his distant cousin Eleanor. Her uncle, President Theodore Roosevelt, attends and gives his niece away. And 2005. In Washington, baseball players Rafael Palmeiro and Sammy Sosa testify before Congress that they haven't used steroids, but fellow player Mark McGwire won't tell lawmakers whether he has, and he won't name names.
I do not sit in judgment of other players, whether it deals with their sexual preference, their marital problems, or other personal habits, including whether or not they use chemical substance.
Today in History, March 17th. Mike Gracia, The Associated Press.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. Hope you're having a good Tuesday so far. Secret City weather day. Taking a look outside here at the T-Dot Smartway webcam around the Buttermilk Road exit. It's been mostly cloudy much of this afternoon. Some showers did roll through this morning into the early afternoon around the lunchtime hour, but since then we've been mostly cloudy out there. Temperatures staying pretty mild as well, around that average. Knoxville at 62, Clinton and Oak Ridge 61, Morristown 59, and Crossville touch cooler there at 55. So take a look here at our surface map. Not too much activity going on here, just some rounds of light showers working through the afternoon, getting to clear out there as we've seen. Mostly cloudy as we work into the overnight hours tonight, into Wednesday as well. But our next system just to the west going to bring some showers, and ahead of that as we work into Wednesday afternoon throughout Thursday, and some heavier showers and storms possible as we work into Friday as well. So we take a look here the past 24 hours at that temperature change map. Obviously some warmer air beginning to work its way in this afternoon, continuing as we work into Wednesday and Thursday as well. But the main story is you can definitely tell where that southwest flow is coming from there. Some severe weather possible for parts of the Midwest today and to tomorrow. That'll continue to travel toward the east there. Could see some shower activity, some heavier showers and storms as we work into Friday. The SPC Severe Storm Prediction Center has not released the Day 4 outlook here for the East Tennessee area, but I'm assuming based on the latest day there we're going to be under a marginal to slight risk for some severe weather. We'll continue to eye that as we get into Friday, but definitely that southwest flow is going to draw in that moisture as well as those warmer temperatures. Going to be near 80 as we work into Thursday afternoon. So take a look here into our model guidance. Going to stay mostly cloudy overnight tonight for the first half of your day on Wednesday. Then we're going to see some showers scattered in nature working through by the afternoon, evening hours throughout Thursday. Then Friday, some showers working through, some heavier showers and storms ahead of that cold front. That'll mainly be into the afternoon and evening hours. Then we'll dry out, begin to clear out. Yeah, some sunnier skies possible as we work into the weekend. Some cooler temperatures following that as well. So if we take a look into tonight's forecast, we're going to be mostly cloudy with lows in the lower 50s and winds pretty calm. For your school bus forecast tomorrow, going to start the day on the dry side with temperatures into the lower 50s, mostly cloudy. Then by the afternoon, those showers work their way in from the west there with highs in the lower 70s. For your full forecast, brought to you by J&M's Butcher Shop of Oak Ridge, we'll stay mostly dry for the first half of your day on Wednesday. Then those showers arrive by the afternoon. Highs in the lower 70s. Thursday, much of the same there. Going to see some showers into the morning hours, then mostly cloudy by the afternoon. Another round of showers, even some storms working in by Friday, and then drying back out, cooling off for Saturday with highs in the mid-50s. That'll wrap it up here on your Tuesday forecast from Secret City Weather. Hope you had a good one out there. Stay safe and stay dry as we work into Wednesday.
Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate that. We'll move on to sports for today on Channel 12. We now know that according to 5-Star Preps, an area high school basketball standout was shot this past Friday night and is recovering at home today. Edward Lacey's Division I prospect from Fulton and a 2020 Mr. Basketball finalist in Class AA was shot Friday night. A police report could not be obtained from the Knoxville Police Department, but multiple sources have said that Lacey was hit in the leg by a bullet while at a gathering of friends at Ridgebrook Apartments, which is in the Mechanicsville, Western Heights area. He has since been treated by and released from the hospital. TSSAA Board of Control will convene by phone, as they did today, to discuss the fate of spring sports in the 2020 season. We play that audio for you here. Now, the status of the currently suspended state basketball tournaments, as well as the effects of the COVID-19 virus. As of now, all athletic programs are postponed until at least early April due to closing of the school system. Teams are not allowed to play games, have practices, or conduct meetings while the school system is closed. Governor Bill Lee advised the closing of all high schools across the state through the end of March, actually all schools. Most cities have also suspended their recreational sports activities to limit numerous people coming in contact with one another. NASCAR has announced the postponement of Texas, Bristol, Richmond, Talladega, and Dover, adding them to a list that already included Atlanta and Homestead. This would put the return to racing on May 9th at Martinsville. Bristol Motor Speedway officials say they will continue to work closely with NASCAR on a rescheduled race date while maintaining contact with local and federal government and health officials for the latest information on the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Well, one of the final dominoes fell against the seemingly undefeated coronavirus as WWE officially announced on Monday night that its biggest show of the year, WrestleMania 36, and all related events in the Tampa Bay area will not take place. Instead, the show will move to the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida, with only essential personnel on the closed set at the training facility. WrestleMania 36 will still stream live on Sunday, April the 5th. And big news, Tom Brady announcing this morning he is leaving the New England Patriots after 20 seasons and 6 Super Bowl titles, saying his football journey will take place elsewhere. Brady made the announcement on his Instagram account while thanking the owner, Robert Kraft, and head coach Bill Belichick. He says he wants to say thank you for the past 20 years of my life and the daily commitment to winning and creating a winning culture built on great values. Everything they have accomplished brings him great joy in the lessons he has learned while carrying on with him forever. The Patriots selected Brady in the 6th round of the 2000 NFL Draft out of Michigan. He got a chance to start for the team in his second season in 2001 when Drew Bledsoe went down with an injury. He took the reins from there. He never looked back. Now, sources are unconfirmed sources say that he could be heading to Tampa Bay. We'll see. Kind of help the Titans out a little bit there, I guess. In funeral announcements, Richard Lynn Berrier, 52 of Oak Ridge. Richard Berrier passed away Sunday at NHC Healthcare in Oak Ridge. Per his request, there will be no services. Holly Gamble directing. Billy Oakes, age 26 of Sevier County, former Clinton resident, Anderson County, I should say, passed away suddenly on Saturday, the 14th of March. And looks like the family will have a celebration of life service at a later date. Holly Gamble directing. William Bryant, Jr., 73 of Clinton, passed away March 1st with his wife Martha by his side. Receiving of friends will be Monday, March 23rd, 6 till 7 at Heritage Fellowship in Jefferson City. Jones Mortuary directing. And that concludes our news we have this time on Channel 12. We appreciate you being with us. And by the way, as we read those funeral announcements, also funeral homes are kind of asked to maybe abstain as long as they can from services right now, so that the announcement list could get shorter each and every day. So just bear it in mind. We are giving you what we have here on TV 12. So as everyone continues to evolve, I guess, and move on in life with this coronavirus, we do encourage you again. Make sure everyone stays safe out there. Do as you're told as far as the preparations and hand washing and all those things that everybody's told you 100 times now. So probably no need for us to continue. We will say, again, let's keep faith over fear if at all possible. And Dudley Evans for all those behind the scenes. Hope to see you back tomorrow right here, Lord willing. Until then, for all those behind the scenes, so long.
For 30 years, Reno Sporting Goods has been a leader in supplying the highest quality equipment and apparel for sports teams throughout East Tennessee. Athletes, fans, and coaches alike rely on the knowledge and experience that only Reno's can provide. For the best in team sports, shop Reno Sporting Goods.
At Earl F. Subaru, our reputation has been built on taking care of customers. We're Tennessee's only 9-time winner of the Subaru Love Promise Customer Commitment Award. This year, we also earned the Love Promise Community Commitment Award given for enhancing the areas we serve. This means you can be sure you'll have an excellent experience when you visit our store and be proud you're dealing with a company that gives back to local causes. Read our online reviews, then come to Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
During the Subaru A Lot to Love event, choose the 2020 Outback with financing as low as 0.9% at Earl Duff Subaru in Harriman.
Hey everybody, it's Governor Bill Lee. The 2020 census is right around the corner and we need your help to get an accurate count. The census is a once-in-a-decade process of gathering information from households across the country. It's completely confidential and critical to making sure that our hard-earned taxpayer dollars come right back into Tennessee communities. Answer 10 simple questions by April 1st, and you'll have played an important role in making sure that every Tennessean is counted.
I was out with some friends. Nothing crazy. I was just out for some dinner. The pain was excruciating. It was like someone poured liquid hot magma into my mouth. That pizza was way too hot. I couldn't even enjoy my leftovers. Somebody's got to pay.
If you've been injured, call us and let us turn your wreck into a check.
Roan Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation. Roan Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Roan Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Roan Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. A member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Roan Metals Group. Turn that scrap into cash.
Serving Anderson, Roane, and Morgan counties, you're watching the Channel 12 Evening News on BBB Communications Cable Channel 12. And now your Roane County News.
Well, it is a Tuesday, St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. I'm Dudley Evans. Thanks for being with me on this edition of news. More on the coronavirus and the outsets of what's going on as far as closures and cancellations. We'll try to get back to somewhat normalized newscasting, hopefully the rest of the week. But again, we're going to give these updates as we get them from our elected officials. But many of you now know about the closings and how things are affected right now. So we were in McDonald's earlier today, and they're already restricting indoor restaurant activities in there, maybe just a limited amount of seats that will be available there in many of the McDonald's. So again, this thing's kind of getting to affect most everyone now, and we'll keep you updated the best we can. March 17th, time to look the radar over. Again, some showers earlier today. Dried out now for the afternoon commute back home from work and from wherever you may be at today. As dry conditions affect us right now, so that's good news. I don't think we'll see much more rain this evening. So with that, we move outdoors to overcast skies, 59, a cool 59, what I would call it today. Humidity about 83%, and the winds are calm. We need a little sunshine, don't we? I think we could all stand a little bit of that. Barometric pressure 30.22, dew point at 54. Tonight, slight chance of showers, that's about it. Patchy fog in the morning, as the dew point and the temperatures kind of match at some point overnight. 50 degrees as we'll get there first thing in the morning. And a 30% chance of showers tomorrow. Mainly cloudy tomorrow again. And near 71 tomorrow night. Back to more rain chances, 60% chance. Even a thunderstorm not ruled out tomorrow night. Mostly cloudy and near 61. We're on the 5-day. Brandon Bonds brings that to us in just a few minutes. In news today, on Monday, the Tennessee Department of Health said that 52 cases of the COVID-19 coronavirus have now been confirmed across the state of Tennessee. Of those, the vast majority are in 2 counties in Middle Tennessee, which is Davidson with 25 and Williamson with about 18. The rest are spread across the state, with 2 cases reported in Shelby County and 1 each in 7 other counties, which includes Campbell, Sevier, Knox, and Jefferson. Here in the area, of course, and 1 each reported in Hamilton now and Rutherford and Sullivan counties. For information on the virus and on the state's response to the public health crisis, visit the site at tdh.gov COVID-19. That's in capital letters. More information for public health care providers and labs, as well as hospital preparedness tools. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommended Sunday that events of gatherings of 50 people or more should be postponed or canceled for the next 8 weeks due to concerns over the spread of the COVID-19 coronavirus. A clinical trial to evaluate a vaccine designed to protect against the new coronavirus began on Monday. But again, it looks like an 8-week stretch there. If anybody has over 50, it's going to be a long process, but we'll get through it. With that, from Harriman, Mayor Wayne Best, again yesterday sending out a release actually from Sunday evening into Monday to all citizens and business owners in Harriman, following a sequence of developments, including the cancellation, suspension, and or closing of numerous activities and events announcing nationwide as of yesterday, along with the statements from Governor Lee and President Trump. He says the city felt it was prudent to implement those protocols at this time to protect their citizens, visitors, and employees. Mayor Best says the city manager and several department heads have spent the day further developing and implementing the safety protocols. As a result of the timing of the beginning of the outbreak coinciding with the school system being on spring break, the city has elected to suspend all recreational activities to limit numerous people coming in contact with one another. So beginning yesterday, the community center in Harriman closed and baseball and softball activities have been suspended for at least a week. Of course, it looks like it's going to be more now. This action is compliant with guidance provided by Dixie Youth Baseball and the CDC, and now even the TSSAA. Additionally, the regular city council meeting scheduled for tonight has been canceled, and even the one on the 24th, because the gathering of large groups is strongly discouraged. For the time being, Mayor Best says internal changes will not impact the service delivery you regularly receive from the city. Garbage will still be picked up, etc. Police and fire is available. However, you may notice some differences in the way those services are being delivered, which is an effort to protect employees from contracting the virus. Some possible examples of the changes you may see are first responders. They may wear additional personnel protective equipment on certain medical calls. Patients experiencing flu-like symptoms being required to put on a mask as soon as possible, and police officers keeping a greater distance between themselves and the public when possible while still carrying out their regular duties. Please do not take this as employees being unfriendly, as they're simply, again, attempting to follow the CDC recommendations to keep, again, at least 6 feet away from other persons in that situation as well. So, again, a lot of closures there. The Harriman Library also closed, and so keep that in mind. If you need any library service, of course, you can call the library there, and they'll get that to you, and that number there, again, for their closing is 882-3195. The number downtown Harriman, 882-9435. I think it's the number there. Let me get that mixed up. I got so many numbers on my mind. Effective immediately, the City of Rockwood, according to City Administrator Becky Ruppy and Mayor Mike Miller, they say that the Rockwood water, sewer, and natural gas offices are closed, as well as city offices to the public's entrance, by the way. It's only for the entrance right now. However, employees will be present in the City Hall to conduct day-to-day business. Payments can be made online or by dropping them off into the night deposit box at the entrance to City Hall on the Chamberlain Avenue side. If you need new services or have issues that have to be dealt with by a person, such as cash payments, please call 354-0611 for city business and 354-0163 for water, sewer, and natural gas. Now, by the way, you can also pay your water, sewer, and gas bill at First Bank of Simply Bank now, the Simply Bank on North Gateway. The March City Council meeting for March 23rd next week is canceled. Rockwood City Court scheduled for Monday, March 23rd has also been canceled. Those who are scheduled in court next Monday in Rockwood may be contacted by the clerk to see if your citation may be handled over the phone or outside of court. If you are not contacted, you will be rescheduled for Monday, April 20th at 9 a.m. So keep that in mind for next Monday's court hearings, going to be the 20th. Rockwood Water Board meeting for Tuesday, March 24th has been canceled. The Rockwood Library will be closed to the public through Saturday, March 31st, as they see right now. Staff will be at the library cleaning and sanitizing books and computers from 10 to 5 each day. Now, if you need to return a book or check out another book, call the library in Rockwood at 354-1281 during these hours, and a staff member will arrange it for you. The decision on when to reopen the library will be made by Tuesday, March 31st. Rockwood Community Center is closed as well, as they will be closed for all activities through Tuesday, March 31st also. A decision will be made at that time on when the center will reopen. Rockwood City League baseball and softball practice has been canceled at Brillo Miller Park. All Rockwood City League baseball and softball practice is again canceled through the 31st. A future decision again will be made at that time on when they may start baseball and softball back up as well. And it's well over to Kingston in an effort there to prevent the spread of the coronavirus, beginning as it did yesterday until March 31st. The Kingston City Hall and Community Center will be closed to all activities, meetings, and events, to include all senior activities at the Community Center and AARP income tax preparation. For any additional information, you may contact the Kingston Community Center at 376-1356. That's 376-1356 for the Community Center, 376-2081 for the City Hall. Also, the city has decided to cancel the Medic Blood Drive that was scheduled for tomorrow, March 18th at City Hall. And they, according to the city staff, are just taking precautions. They did say in the release they will reschedule that at a later date. Also, the library for Kingston also is closed to through traffic, as we know right now. More news after the break here. We'll try to get to some more news in just a moment. Stay with us.
At Earl F. Subaru, our reputation has been built on taking care of customers. We're Tennessee's only 9-time winner of the Subaru Love Promise Customer Commitment Award. This year, we also earned the Love Promise Community Commitment Award given for enhancing the areas we serve. This means you can be sure you'll have an excellent experience when you visit our store and be proud you're dealing with a company that gives back to local causes. Read our online reviews and come to Earl F. Subaru in Harriman.
During the Subaru A Lot to Love event, choose the 2020 Outback with financing as low as 0.9% at Earl F. Subaru in Harriman.
It came out of nowhere. The weatherman said it was going to be sunny. He was 99.9% sure. 99.9! And now, my life is 99.9% ruined because of that weatherman. And he is going to pay.
But honey, we still have the tent.
I am not getting married in a tent.
If you've been injured, call us and let us turn your wreck into a check.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Reno Sporting Goods, your first choice for sports equipment. On the court, on the field, or in the stands, Reno's has the brand names you want. All the latest from Adidas, Under Armour, and more. From custom embroidery to screen printing, it's all about the game. For over 30 years, Reno Sporting Goods.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We'll buy it on the spot and we'll pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. Roane Metals, we treat you like family.
Roane Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Harriman and Rockwood.
Get to some arrest reports. Wendell Reed Jackson, age 56. Wendell Jackson, he's 56, taken to jail, charged with driving on revoked and suspended license. Gary Nelson of the Sheriff's Office seen him on Highway 70 at 5 Mile Road just east of Kingston when he witnessed Mr. Jackson get into a tan-colored Ford Ranger. Knew he didn't have driver's license. He stopped the vehicle at the parking lot of the Kingston Elementary School, and when he approached the vehicle, found that Mr. Jackson and his friend Danny Johnson switched seats. Jackson had slurred speech and was unsteady on his feet, admitted that he had taken his Xanax earlier. He placed Mr. Jackson under arrest for driving on a revoked license and transferred him to the Roane County Jail. Rockwood Police, a couple of arrests last week as of Chelsea D. Borough, 23, arrested Friday afternoon following a traffic stop on the car she was operating just after noon. Following their investigation, it was determined that Borough also was in possession of illegal narcotics. She was arrested and charged with simple possession or casual exchange, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia, implied consent, license suspension, driving on revoked or suspended license, and driving under the influence. And Amanda Marie Rader, age 34, seen her arrested by Rockwood Police last Friday afternoon as well. Around 3 o'clock, she was checked out, but police determined that her charges would be for driving under the influence, possession of legend drugs without a prescription, possession of legend drugs without a prescription, and criminal trespassing. Because we are prevention, well, we should say also one person arrested by Oak Ridge Police on Gullahar Road, according to reports there. As the lady seen there, Bonnie Letitia Hooper, age 33, was arrested by Oak Ridge Police after apparently a traffic stop. She was taken to Roane County Jail, and that was in, again, the city limits of Oak Ridge, but on the Roane County side. She was booked into the Roane County Jail for driving under the influence. This started at 3 a.m. on Sunday morning. Also, license plates were not identifiable or were not renewed, and driving on revoked and suspended license. Well, this past Saturday, a big day for the Rockwood First Presbyterian Church family and other family members of churches in the area as they celebrated 20 years of celebrating the Love Kitchen. That's right, where they bring in folks to feed them who may just need a good hot meal. This is 20 years this has been going on. As you see, the cakes that were presented as Love Kitchen's 20th anniversary, sponsored in part and primarily by the Rockwood First Presbyterian Church. They do get help from Bethel Presbyterian and other churches in the area. As you see there, they cooked a great meal for all the folks who were there, who were able to come by and just receive a good hot meal. And they've done that for several years now. As again mentioning 20 years. Wilma Brummett and Jim Brummett, of course, has been in that church for several years. Good friends of ours, and partially, I guess we should say, they are somewhat kin to us as well. Second cousins, there they are right there. They've been doing this for a long time. We talked to Wilma Brummett about how that this has made a difference in their community.
See all these people today.
Yes, it is. It certainly is. And we have different groups, churches, organizations, and then the individuals. They buy the food. They bring out they do menu. They buy the food, and then they bring the food and serve it.
Presbyterian, I think, from Bethel here today.
Bethel, yeah.
Are they providing today's meal?
Yes.
So how does it work every week? I mean, it's...
Well, we meet twice a month, the second and fourth Saturday of every month.
Mm-hmm. And again, that's the second and fourth Saturday of every month. They'll be right there at the First Presbyterian Church on West Rockwood Street in Rockwood, serving the community. Good turnout there as well. We'll hope to show that again toward later in the week. More news after the break. Here, stay with us.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We'll buy it on the spot and we'll pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. Roane Metals will treat you like family.
Roane Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Herman and Rockwood.
I was out with some friends. Nothing crazy. I was just out for some dinner. The pain was excruciating. It was like someone poured liquid hot magma into my mouth. That pizza was way too hot. I couldn't even enjoy my leftovers. Somebody's got to pay.
If you've been injured, call us and let us turn your wreck into a check.
At Earl F. Subaru, our reputation has been built on taking care of customers. We're Tennessee's only 9-time winner of the Subaru Love Promise Customer Commitment Award. This year, we also earned the Love Promise Community Commitment Award given for enhancing the areas we serve. This means you can be sure you'll have an excellent experience when you visit our store and be proud you're dealing with a company that gives back to local causes. Read our online reviews and come to Earl F. Subaru in Harriman.
During the Subaru A Lot to Love event, choose the 2020 Outback with financing as low as 0.9% at Earl F. Subaru in Harriman.
March 17th, 461 AD. St. Patrick, Ireland's patron saint, for whom St. Patrick's Day is named, dies in the Irish village of Saul. Other authorities say Patrick's death happened on this day, but more than 3 decades later in 493 AD. 2003. President George W. Bush gives an ultimatum to Iraq's dictator Saddam Hussein and his 2 sons.
Saddam Hussein and his sons must leave Iraq within 48 hours. Their refusal to do so will result in military conflict, commenced at a time of our choosing.
Days later, the American-led invasion of Iraq begins. Brutal regime from power. 1905. In New York, future President Franklin D. Roosevelt marries his distant cousin Eleanor. Her uncle, President Theodore Roosevelt, attends and gives his niece away. And 2005. In Washington, baseball players Rafael Palmeiro and Sammy Sosa testify before Congress that they haven't used steroids, but fellow player Mark McGwire won't tell lawmakers whether he has, and he won't name names.
I do not sit in judgment of other players, whether it deals with their sexual preference, their marital problems, or other personal habits, including whether or not they use chemical substance.
Today in history, March 17th. Mike Gracia, The Associated Press.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. Hope you're having a good Tuesday so far. Secret City weather here with your afternoon video update. Taking a look outside here at the T-Dot Smartway webcam around the Buttermilk Road exit. Been mostly cloudy much of this afternoon. Some showers did roll through this morning into the early afternoon around the lunchtime hour, but since then we've been mostly cloudy out there. Temperatures staying pretty mild as well around that average. Knoxville at 62, Clinton and Oak Ridge 61, Morristown 59, and Crossville touch cooler there at 55. So take a look here at our surface map. Not too much activity going on here, just some rounds of light showers working through the afternoon, beginning to clear out there as we've seen. Mostly cloudy as we work into the overnight hours tonight, into Wednesday as well. But our next system just to the west going to bring some showers, and ahead of that as we work into Wednesday afternoon throughout Thursday, and some heavier showers and storms possible as we work into Friday as well. So we take a look here the past 24 hours at that temperature change map. Obviously some warmer air beginning to work its way in this afternoon, continuing as we work into Wednesday and Thursday as well. But the main story is you can definitely tell where that southwest flow is coming from there. Some severe weather possible for parts of the Midwest today and to tomorrow. They'll continue to travel toward the east there. Could see some shower activity, some heavier showers and storms as we work into Friday. The SPC Severe Storm Prediction Center has not released the Day 4 outlook here for the East Tennessee area, but I'm assuming based on the latest data we're going to be under a marginal to slight risk for some severe weather. We'll continue to eye that as we get into Friday, but definitely that southwest flow is going to draw in that moisture as well as those warmer temperatures. Going to be near 80 as we work into Thursday afternoon. So take a look here into our model guide. It's going to stay mostly cloudy overnight tonight for the first half of your day on Wednesday. Then we're going to see some showers scattered in nature working through by the afternoon, evening hours throughout Thursday. Then Friday, some showers working through, some heavier showers and storms ahead of that cold front. That'll mainly be into the afternoon and evening hours. And we'll dry out, begin to clear out. Some sunnier skies possible as we work into the weekend. Some cooler temperatures following that as well. So if we take a look into tonight's forecast, we're going to be mostly cloudy with lows in the lower 50s and winds pretty calm. For your school bus forecast tomorrow, going to start the day on the dry side with temperatures into the lower 50s, mostly cloudy. Then by the afternoon, those showers work their way in from the west there with highs in the lower 70s. For your full forecast, brought to you by J&M's Butcher Shop of Oak Ridge, we'll stay mostly dry for the first half of your day on Wednesday. Then those showers arrive by the afternoon. Highs in the lower 70s. Thursday, much of the same there. Going to see some showers into the morning hours, then mostly cloudy by the afternoon. Another round of showers, even some storms working in by Friday, and then drying back out, cooling off for Saturday with highs in the mid-50s. That'll wrap it up here on your Tuesday forecast from Secret City Weather. Hope you had a good one out there. Stay safe and stay dry as we work into Wednesday.
Thank you, Lynn. Appreciate that. We'll move on to sports for today on Channel 12. We now know that according to 5-Star Preps, an area high school basketball standout was shot this past Friday night and is recovering and home today. Edward Lacey's Division I prospect from Fulton and a 2020 Mr. Basketball finalist in Class AA was shot Friday night. A police report could not be obtained from the Knoxville Police Department, but multiple sources have said that Lacey was hit in the leg by a bullet while at a gathering of friends at Ridgebrook Apartments, which is in the Mechanicsville, Western Heights area. He has since been treated by and released from the hospital. TWSAA Board of Control will convene by phone as they did today to discuss the fate of spring sports in the 2020 season. We played it audio for you here. Now, the status of the currently suspended state basketball tournaments, as well as the effects of the COVID-19 virus. As of now, all athletic programs are postponed until at least early April due to closing of the school system. Teams are not allowed to play games, have practices, or conduct meetings while the school system is closed. Governor Bill Lee advised the closing of all high schools across the state through the end of March, actually all schools. Most cities have also suspended their recreational sports activities to limit numerous people coming in contact with one another. NASCAR has announced the postponement of Texas, Bristol, Richmond, Talladega, and Dover, adding them to a list that already included Atlanta and Homestead. This would put the return to racing on May 9th at Martinsville. Bristol Motor Speedway officials say they will continue to work closely with NASCAR on a rescheduled race date while maintaining contact with local and federal government and health officials for the latest information on the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Well, the final dominoes fell against the seemingly undefeated coronavirus as WWE officially announced on Monday night that its biggest show of the year, WrestleMania 36, and all related events in the Tampa Bay area will not take place. Instead, the show will move to the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida, with only essential personnel on the closed set at the training facility. WrestleMania 36 will still stream live on April the 5th. And big news, Tom Brady announcing this morning he is leaving the New England Patriots after 20 seasons and 6 Super Bowl titles, saying his football journey will take place elsewhere. Brady made the announcement on his Instagram account while thanking the owner Robert Kraft and head coach Bill Belichick. He says he wants to say thank you for the past 20 years of my life and the daily commitment to winning and creating a winning culture built on great values. Everything they have accomplished brings him great joy in the lessons he has learned while carrying on with him forever. The Patriots selected Brady in the 6th round of the 2000 NFL Draft out of Michigan. He got a chance to start for the team in his second season in 2001 when Drew Bledsoe went down with an injury. He took the reins from there. He never looked back. Now, sources are unconfirmed sources say that he could be heading to Tampa Bay. We'll see. Kind of help the Titans out a little bit there, I guess. In two announcements, Richard M. Berrier, 52 of Oak Ridge. Richard Berrier passed away Sunday at NHC Healthcare in Oak Ridge. For his request, there will be no services. Holly Gamble directing. Billy Oakes, age 26 of Sevier County, former Clinton resident, Anderson County, I should say, passed away suddenly on Saturday, the 14th of March. And looks like the family will have a celebration of life service at a later date. Holly Gamble directing. William Grant Jr., 73 of Clinton, passed away March 1st with his wife Martha by his side. Receiving of friends will be Monday, March 23rd, 6 till 7 at Heritage Fellowship in Jefferson City. Jones Mortuary directing. And that concludes our news at this time on Channel 12. We appreciate you being with us. And by the way, as we read those few announcements, also funeral homes are kind of asked to maybe abstain as long as they can from services right now, so that announcement list could get shorter each and every day. So just bear it in mind. We are giving you what we have here on TV 12. So as the world continues to evolve, I guess, and move on in life with this coronavirus, we do encourage you again. Make sure everyone stays safe out there. Do as you're told as far as the preparations and hand washing and all those things that everybody's told you 100 times now. So probably no need for us to continue. We will say, again, let's keep faith over fear if at all possible. And Dudley Evans, for all those behind the scenes, hope to see you back tomorrow right here, Lord willing. Until then, for those behind the scenes, so long.
For 30 years, Reno Sporting Goods has been a leader in supplying the highest quality equipment and apparel for sports teams throughout East Tennessee. Athletes, fans, and coaches alike rely on the knowledge and experience that only Reno's can provide. For the best in team sports, shop Reno Sporting Goods.
Stocks surge as the White House talks stimulus.